Hello students, Sairam. Welcome back to your science class. We have begun with a new chapter, that is chapter number 12, Electricity and Circuits of your NCERT textbook. Let us continue today's class. Let's recall what we have learned in this chapter till now. We have seen a general introduction to this chapter where we learn how electricity is important to us, how it makes human lives easier even after sunset. And also we have seen various purposes where we use electricity. So let us continue with today's topic. So now we know that the electricity plays a key role in the invention of various other things in the path of life and for human life, which makes it possible to light up our houses, roads, offices, markets and factories even after sunset, because the major source of light for us is the sun. And after sunset, with the help of electricity, or electricity is the only one source of light after sunset, children, yes, and because of which we see things and work during even nights. The biggest human achievement is the invention of electricity, which helps us to see things and work even during nights. But from where does this electricity comes? Yes, children? Or we can say that from where does this electricity is generated and supplied to our homes? Electricity is provided to us from a power station. If you have ever observed or noticed while traveling on the road or near any area, every large area has a power station which supplies electricity to that area. However, sometimes the supply of electricity may fail or it may not be available at some places. What do we do when the power supply or electricity is not there at your house at night? We immediately try to search for some light source like a candle or a torch, which is usually known as flashlight or torchlight. So the correct word for torch is flashlight or torchlight. We all know that candles do not light up with the help of electricity, right? So when electricity is not there, we are searching candle or a source of flashlight. In such times we search for this sources like candle and the flashlight. Children, if you have observed this flashlight or torch properly, you will see it has a bulb and a switch. This bulb lights up when the switch is switched on. But how did it light up? Where does the torch get electricity from? Neither any wire is connected to it, nor any power station provides its electricity, or it is neither gaining any electricity from a power station. Yes, children, this question will come in your mind after seeing the torch. Yes, see, children, torch is a normal device which is there in your hand, which lights up when you switch on the switch button, and it lights off when the switch button is switched off. So from where does this electricity is coming inside this torch? So children, torch or flashlight is provided electricity by the source of an electric cell. So we are going to learn an electric cell in detail, and you will learn more about this concept. You will discover a lot of information interrelated to in this chapter regarding electricity and circuits. Then children, how power is generated in an electric cell? As we know, these electric cells are only used in torch. Is it correct? Right? No. There are many other devices in which we use electric cell, like alarm clock, or wristwatches, radios, cameras, and many other devices, and which may be portable, which do not need electric plug for connection. So children, have you ever observed an electric cell? What did you notice? Many of you might have seen it as the most commonly seen electric device where we use this electric cell. Yes, children, it is our TV remote, in which we have seen these types of cells are used. So as a TV remote can work only with the help of electric cell. Most of us have seen the electric cells, but the question is, have you observed it carefully anytime? So if you have observed it properly, you will see a metal cap on one side, and on the other side you will see a metallic disc. So it has two sides. On top side there is a small metal cap, and on the other side you will see a metal disc. What did you notice over here, children? Did you notice a positive and a negative sign marked on this electric cell? I guess many of you might have observed it. So, on an electric cell, the positive side or the positive terminal is a metal cap, and the negative side or negative terminal is at the metal disc side. So, now you know that electric cell have two terminals, which are positive one or positive terminal and a negative terminal. But that is the outside description of the cell. What about the inside part? We didn't see the inside part of any electric cell. Then how will we know what is in its inside? Let me tell you that electric cell produces electricity from the chemicals stored inside it. Chemical energy is converted into electrical energy inside a cell to give out electricity. When the chemicals in the electric cell are used up, the electric cell stops producing electricity, then has to be replaced with new one. It is also called as dry cell because it doesn't contain any liquid chemical. Children, the chemicals inside these electric cells are harmful, and when we come in contact with them, they may harm us. That's why we should not try to open this electric cell. Understood, children? Hope all of you understood why we need to change the electric cells which we are using in electrical devices like remotes and toys car, because here these devices, they run by the electricity produced by the chemicals present inside the cell. When they are completely used up, when the chemicals inside the electric cells are completely used, they become exhaust, and in that situation we have to replace these electric cells. Yes, and those electric cells then we have to replace with the new electric cells to run that device. So that is the reason why we frequently change the cells in any electrical device from time to time. Electric cells which we use in remote provides 1.5 volt of electricity. It produces a very small amount of electricity, so it is safer to use. But children, power station provides electricity, and the electricity which is coming to our houses provides 220 volts. That's why, children, we should see this power stations provides electricity in great amount. Then, children, here next is electric cells. As I told you, electric cell provides 1.5 volt of electricity. Many devices need higher voltage to work. They cannot work properly with just one cell. Higher voltage can be obtained by combining a number of cells in series. When two or more cells are joined together in such a way that positive terminal of one cell is connected to the negative terminal of the next cell, they make a battery. Children, here I have shown you an image of battery. Here you can see the positive terminal of one battery is connected to the negative terminal of other battery, or you can say that the negative terminal of one battery is connected to the positive terminal of other battery. Here this is this combination we call this as battery. That means, children, one positive terminal of a cell is connected to the negative terminal of other. That means, here, children, the negative terminal of one cell is connected to the other terminal, a positive terminal of other cell. This forms a battery. And children, in this way, if we'll connect the two or more cells, we'll get large amount of electricity from this combination, or we can say that from this battery. Next, here, children, these batteries we generally use in mobile phones, laptops, and tabs. And children, these types of batteries are are known as rechargeable batteries because they can be charged. Here, now we will move on to the next topic, that is electric bulb. Here, children, here this, can you see here an image, children? What is this image, children? Yes, it is a torch bulb. Most of our houses have this kind of bulbs. Many of you might have observed it, right? It is a torch bulb. If you have ever observed, the torch bulb has an outer covering of glass which is fixed on a metallic plate. Here, children, you can see here this bulb is having an outer covering of glass, and here is the metallic base. Here at the down you will see metallic base. See, yes, this is the metallic base. So we can say that here the glass and the metallic base of a torch is clearly visible here. But what about its interior? This is the outer, we can say the exterior of the bulb is made up of a glass and a metal base. But what about its interior? What is covered inside this glass of the torch bulb is the interior part. Well, children, observe this diagram carefully. You will find a thin wire as fixed inside this middle of this glass, and this thin wire usually gives off the light when it is switched on. This thin wire which gives out or gives off light is called as the filament of the bulb. The filament is the part of the light bulb that produces light. Filament in the light bulbs are made up of tungsten material. Whenever an electric current goes through this filament, this tungsten filament glows. This is the specialty of this material. Here, children, filament usually lights up when the bulb is switched on. See this one? This is the filament of the bulb, and this filament is connected to two thicker wires. And we can say that these two thicker wires which are held in the metallic disc. These two thicker wires provides the support to the filament, and these two thicker wires are held from the metallic base. Here they are attached to the metallic base. Out of these two wires, one wire is connected to the metal case at the base of the bulb, and the second thin wire is connected to the metal tip. See, children, in this diagram you can see this is the filament, and this filament is supported by the two thick wires, and out of this two thick wire, one wire is attached to the metallic tip of the which is present at the base, and other wire is attached to the base of the bulb, or we can say that it is connected to the metal case. So far we have learnt in an electric cell there are two terminals, and in torch bulb also there are two terminals. One terminal is metal case and the other terminal is metal base. And you can see in the image here, children, you can clearly see that metal case is the one terminal and the metal tip is the another terminal, and these two terminals do not touch each other. They are placed in such a way inside the metal base where they do not touch each other. So now we learn that both electric cell and the electric bulb have two terminals. But why do they have only two terminals, and why are they all called the positive and the negative terminal, and how these causing the bulb or helping the bulb in lightening on? So far we have learnt in an electric cell there are two terminals, and in torch bulb also there are two terminals. One terminal is metal case and the other terminal is metal base. And you can see in the image here, children, you can clearly see that metal case is the one terminal and the metal tip is the another terminal, and these two terminals do not touch each other. They are placed in such a way inside the metal base where they do not touch each other. So now we learn that both electric cell and the electric bulb have two terminals. But why do they have only two terminals, and why are they all called the positive and the negative terminal, and how these causing the bulb or helping the bulb in lightening on? Children, as we all are here, we are dealing with the chapter of electricity. We all must know a few precautions before learning about the electricity, because electricity can be dangerous if it is not handled properly, as it carries highly charged particles. Electricity is very dangerous if you do not handle it properly, and carelessness in handling electric devices can hurt you so badly that it will cause a severe injury and sometimes even death. So be very careful while handling electricity. Without proper knowledge, skill and experience, never try to operate electronic devices, and never experiment with the electric wires and sockets. Few portable generators also produce electricity, mishandling of which is also very dangerous, as the electric cells are meant for electricity. They should not be misplaced or misused anywhere. Even the electric cells also needed to be stored properly when they are not in use. Few precautions about handling a torch bulb. which are never join the two terminals of electric cell without connecting them through a device like a bulb, as it leads to the exhaustion of the chemicals in the cell very fast and the electric cell stop working. So be very careful when you are handling electric devices. Children, here I am ending today's session. We will continue this chapter in the next session. Thank you children. Goodbye.